Hello, faithful. This is a breaking news Move the Chains episode of the First and 10 podcast. I'm your host, Brianna McDonald, and I'm here with your 49ers team reporter, Lindsay Pilares. Lindsay, we have some tough news to share with our listeners today. Head coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed that Brandon Aiyuk will be out for the remainder of the 2024 season due to a season-ending ACL and MCL tear he sustained during the Week 7 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. Lindsay, can you elaborate on any further details on his injury and what this means for BA and the team?
Yeah, so following the loss to Kansas City yesterday, head coach Kyle Shanahan said that the team feared that it was that ACL tear. Turns out there's another layer to that. There was also an MCL tear, so it makes the injury a little bit more serious for Brandon Aiyuk. Just a huge loss for the 49ers, who have been dealing with a ton of injuries, and now especially in that wide receiver room. It happened in that final minute right before halftime. Brandon Aiyuk had a 15-yard reception, hauled in a pass, and just came down with a couple of Chiefs defenders. Again, an unfortunate injury, looked painful. He was able to initially walk off the field, but then was carted into the locker room at halftime for further examination. Obviously not the news that anyone wanted to start the week out for, but he's receiving a lot of support from everyone in the locker room, and that includes head coach Kyle Shanahan, who shared some thoughts on his conference call on Monday.
Kyle, have you had a chance to catch up with Brandon, and what's his initial reaction to the injury news?
I talked with him last night, just calling him at his house. I haven't seen him today, but he was hurting, just bummed out, as exactly how you'd expect. But BA's a strong dude and spiritual guy, and believes everything happens for a reason, so he'll be all right. But definitely a little down last night, and I was just telling him how bad I felt for him, and just let him know we're all here for him through this.
Right, Lindsay, he's been such a key player for this offense. With Aiyuk out, who do you think can step up from the wide receiver group?
Yeah, so there's some layers to this because right now, and we'll get to the full list of injuries in just a moment, but wide receiver Deebo Samuel is currently dealing with pneumonia, and wide receiver Jawan Jennings still out with a hip injury. So the 49ers wide receiver room has definitely been hit pretty hard by the injury bug. There is a lot of young talent. Ricky Pearsall just made his NFL debut. You've got Jacob Cowing, and then the 49ers are also going to be turning to Chris Conley, who is a veteran now in his second year with the team. And then you have Ronnie Bell as well. Head coach Kyle Shanahan was asked about the team's strategy with roughly 2 weeks left before the trade deadline. He said that right now, given the 49ers situation, it makes you look into every option. That being said, he did reaffirm that they have talent in the building that they're going to be leaning on for sure.
All right, well, as we close out this quick update, is there any other injury news to monitor from the team?
Yeah, a few. And again, unfortunate news for the Niners. Tight end George Kittle suffered a foot sprain. He's going to be day-to-day. That's the same case with wide receiver Chris Conley. He's dealing with an ankle sprain. Mentioned it earlier, wide receiver Deebo Samuel Sr. Was actually dealing with pneumonia yesterday, which is why he hardly entered the game and actually ended up being ruled out. He actually went to the hospital last night because of some fluid in his lungs. So as the week progresses, we will have more injury updates, but for now, that's what we have as of Monday afternoon.
Thanks for the insight, Lindsay. It's tough to see Aiyuk go down, but we hope for a smooth recovery for him. Faithful, that will do it for today. Subscribe to First and 10 presented by Cisco for more 49ers updates and turn on the notifications for any breaking news Move the Chains episodes. Thanks for tuning in.